Hey, what is good with you? It is your boy Travis Kinley coming back to you with another one. And I have my friend, the faithful trucker, on the
Yo, what's
channel
going
tonight.
on?
How you
What's
doing,
up?
man?
Man, it's another day, man. Just hanging out at the house.
Yeah, man, that's what I'm talking about. Everybody on my channel know this is that is my favorite thing to do. Heathens, how you doing, man? Let me move my laptop so I can see everybody.
Yeah.
So before I let you introduce yourself, man, I just want to say I am glad I got you on the live tonight. Y'all, this is the faithful trucker. This guy, I've been following this guy for a few months now.
Yeah.
Since for those of you who've been following me for a while, since Danielle was on the truck and before Taylor got on the truck, I've been following him. I remember when I first saw some of your videos, you were talking about how you were waking up early, about 4 in the morning,
You
getting that
know it.
jump on everybody. And when I saw that, bro, I was like, yeah, he's a cool guy
You
right
know,
there,
man.
man.
Yeah.
He's that early bird. So tell everybody a little bit about yourself. Most of everybody in here are either trucking, thinking about trucking, or they are, have been truckers in the past. So tell everybody a little bit about your experience and everything, how long you've been in the industry.
Yeah, man. Started driving back in 2014. That's when I got my CDL. I started my LLC, my business, in 2017, and started here at Landstar right when the pandemic hit, actually. So I guess March of last year.
Yeah.
And it was, that experience was crazy. But anybody who follows my channel knows, like I said, I put all my eggs in one basket because before starting at Landstar, man, I tried the, owner operator thing, and it just didn't work out with me twice. And the
Really?
reason that was because nothing about the truck, it wasn't the companies I was with, it was more myself. It wasn't, I wasn't managing my money correctly. I
Bro.
was making the money, but I just wasn't putting it aside. I wasn't investing it back into my business. So when I had a breakdown, which I had them 2 separate times, that put me out of business because I was immature with my money. I was young, 24, 25 years old. You're getting money like that, man. Sometimes it can go to your head.
Yeah.
And you don't know if you don't have the proper, people around in your circle to kind of guide you. Hey, you should be doing this. Sometimes, at a young age, man, you're seeing at 23, you're seeing $2,000 a week. That's a lot of money at the age of 23.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
you're going to the mall, you're blowing money and all that. And that's kind of what I was doing. And, it didn't work out. But like I said, when I say I put all my eggs in one basket here, I literally had about, like I said, $600 in my account, man, when I started. And
Yeah.
I just told me and my wife, like, hey, either it's going to work or it's not. But I
Yeah.
know if it does work, I know what to do this go around, and yeah, man, long story short, here we are. I got a fleet of
Man.
3 trucks, and yeah, man, I'm just trying to help people not make the mistake that I made. I talked to a lot of people that's not in the industry yet, that's looking for trucks, where to go to get trucks, how much money should you have. I mean, everyone has their own opinions, but I try to help people not make those critical mistakes that I made. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. So, man, bro, just off of that introduction, I can guarantee you 99, if not 100% of the people that follow me and are in this chat, they know exactly why I was so excited to get you on live,
Yeah.
bro. Man, yo, that is deep. So let me just throw your channel up real quick, just for everybody who's trying
Oh,
to
yeah.
follow them, or if you just search the faithful trucker, it's gonna get there. I don't think that's a hyperlink. I wish I could throw hyperlinks, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
So I didn't know that you had tried twice before this time.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it was one of my earlier videos that I had made, and I talked about it. I don't think I made a video dedicating, like, my process, but I think it was, one of my first few videos I mentioned. Yeah, I went to Schneider back in 2017. That's when I first started my LLC, and I was new to the load board thing. Just being independent, 100%, booking your own freight, and going where you want to go. And like I said, I had an SFI truck.
Mm-hmm.
Most people know SFI. I put $1,000 down. I got a brand new truck. Everything was good. They were taking maintenance account, but they were taking $200 or so a week. But I had an issue with my truck that I didn't have enough money in the maintenance account to cover all of it. And because I didn't, the maintenance account maybe covered 40% of that bill. And I didn't have the other 60 because I never thought it could happen to me. I didn't think, I'm thinking, oh, it's a brand new truck. I got a maintenance account with SFI, so let me just go do what I want to do.
Yeah.
And, life hit me, man. Like, God has a strange way of letting you know to slow down, and sometimes he'll push you to something that's, you know, heartbreaking in order to get you to open your eyes. And that was the first strike. Stubborn me, you know, us humans, man, we're stubborn. And, you know, I didn't get the picture, you know what I'm saying? And I did it again. And, you know, at that time I had to kind of step back and talk to my wife and like, look, man, like I'm doing something wrong. I don't know what it is. But then, you know, she would tell me like, you need to start, you know, saving your money, because it's not that you're not making it. It's not that you're not paying the bills. It's just that it's the truck. When the truck has an issue, which they will have issues.
That's right.
Don't come in this industry thinking just because you get a brand new truck, it won't break down on you, because it happened to me twice. But now this go around, like I said, I came to Landstar, man, and I promised myself and my family, you know, that it was going to be different. And it's different.
Yeah,
it's different. It's different.
He said it's different this time, boy.
Yeah,
that's what's up, man. That's what's up, bro. So you got a fleet of 3 now, right?
I got 3, man. Started off with 1. Like I said, started off March of last year. I think I got my second one within like 4 months. I think I got it in like June, somewhere right around that time. And the YouTube is kind of what brought it up, because I started getting subscribers. And, you know, I put out videos saying, hey, I'm looking for a driver, blah, 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 you know, and one thing led to another. I never thought someone would contact me wanting to drive. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking everyone wants the same thing, is to do their own thing. But sometimes people are afraid of what I went through, right? The heartache, the going out of business. And, you know, a lot of people actually want to drive under somebody that knows what they're doing to kind of guide them eventually to that step. So, you know, my first driver hit me up, and I didn't know what I was doing then. That's another thing. I didn't know how to write a contract. I didn't know how to set everything in stone. I didn't know how to pay them. I didn't know. I mean, I've searched on YouTube, but no one that I found, you know, and shout out to the people who have videos of it, but I haven't come across it, you know, that go into detail as to how to set up a driver. And not only that, you know, do you do them W-2? Are they 1099? Like, how do you do payroll? Do you pay them by Cash App? Do you do Zelle? Do you do direct? You know what I'm saying? I had to figure all that out. And I figured it out, man. So that one truck paid for the second. Thankfully, the second one paid for the third. And here we are, man.
That's what's up, bro.
Yeah, man.
That's what's up. You're totally right, because I have been on YouTube. You know, I look at a lot of YouTube videos. I watch a lot of people's channels. Even if I can't watch the full video, I try to get the gist of what people are talking about. Right. And I've also never seen a video about how to bring a driver onto your fleet. The only place I've seen that is on the Hauling Assets podcast. He has 1 or 2 episodes from a while ago dedicated to that. So that is extremely interesting, man. That is very interesting. Let me make sure we don't have any questions in the comments.
Yeah, let me
no, they trash talking me, man. Don't even look at them. They trash talking me. Travis Kinley, something about decided to become a bull hauler. They trash talking me. Okay, so that's great, man. What made you come to Landstar instead of Schneider again? Why'd you choose Landstar?
You know, that's a great question, man. Like I didn't know anyone particularly at Landstar before I came over. Pretty much just maturing from my 2 mistakes, just doing my research, doing my diligence. And I wanted to find something with the low board. Obviously, I was familiar with. I didn't want to have a dispatcher, you know, and I was searching around. I found everyone knows F2F transport, you know, the Great Wides, the Mercers, and all this. I don't know. Landstar kind of just hit me, man. I don't know what it was. It was just how they market. Yeah. And I kind of got their marketing for my business. I kind of, you know, I mold myself at how I put out, you know, driver openings and stuff. So I just kind of like the way they treated me from when I called them. They answered the phone first, right? Like, you know, you can call a lot of people, you don't get them on the phone. So they answered the phone. They treated me like, you know, a human being, and they told me what it was up front. And mind you, it was right in the middle of the pandemic, or the beginning of it. So everything was just kind of crazy. And, you know, from the moment I contacted Landstar to the moment I stepped foot in orientation, I'd say it was about 2 weeks. And a lot of people lately, I've been hearing 3, 4, 5 weeks, you know, like I've been hearing a lot of people, it's been taking a long time just to get in orientation, you know. And I wanted to haul hazmat, you know, researching the logistics side of things. You know, trucking is bigger than just sitting behind the steering wheel. You know, I told you this the other day, and it's more about, you know, knowing what freight is where. You have to understand, you know, the logistics side of it, and just how these agents and these brokers come up with these contracts, and why do they ship what they ship and why you're shipping it there. You know, why is this a dedicated lane?
Yeah.
You know, there's reasons behind why everything is, you know, and you got to find it. And once you do, that's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, that's what's up, man. So a lot of my channel. So, you know, everybody on my channel pretty much knows, or I'm sure the majority of them already know, I'm headed to Georgia, Carnesville tomorrow for orientation the following day. And a lot of them, thank you, man. Me and my wife put the stickers on the truck earlier today. You know what I'm saying? Man, that was a feeling to put your own stickers on. You know what
man.
I'm saying?
I can't wait, man.
I'm so excited to document the journey and everything. And many of them know the reason I did it was to go home. And I've seen that in a handful of your videos that like, you know, I have a friend who's a pastor in you know, my community here, and a couple of weeks ago, he just kind of said to me, hey, man, I've been praying for you. I know your heart's at home. So I'd say the same thing about you. You know, watching your videos, it seems like your heart's at home as well, right?
Man. Yeah,
so,
I just had a baby, so
yeah. And congrats on that, man.
Yeah, man. He's 2 months old, and I'm a family man. So, and like, again, that was another reason why I chose Landstar, because you know, it's a legit freedom. You know, when you see on these ads and on the internet, you saying, hey, you're your own boss, pick where you want to go. It truly is that here. Like, you, like, out of orientation, they're gonna tell you, bye. Right? Like, there you go. You got the keys to your truck. You got your login. Go do you. Like, it's scary, but it makes you feel like, okay, I actually am on my own. Like, I like that, you know, and it's freedom, man. Like I said, I've been home 2.5 months, and I haven't got one call from Landstar saying, hey, you know, when are you coming back out? Can we get that trailer? Like, we see you haven't ran. And, you know, I haven't got one call since I've been home for the last 3 months, and they honestly, like, in a good way, they don't care. You know, that's your business. Like, hey, go run it.
Yeah, that's great, man. That's great. See, that's what I'm looking forward to, man. That's what all of my decisions have been pointing in that direction. So I want to talk a little bit, and if you're in the chat, I know we got people watching and whatnot. We got 31 viewers. That's tight. Shout out to all 31 people who are here. If you have a question, I'm keeping. Hey, Nelks TV's in the house. He said that's awesome. Freedom. Yeah, that's what's up, man. RN does want to know if you still have their trailer.
Oh, you mean like the trailer I had when I came home? Oh yeah, I still got that trailer, man. I've actually been out though. Like, this past week was my first time out since I've been home. I came home September 16th, and this past Tuesday is when I went back out. So I mean, I still have it, but it's now being put to use. Yeah, I'm running it now. So
yeah, awesome. Is there, just to follow up with RN's question, is there a certain amount of time that you know, you can sit home before they say, okay, you need to give us your trailer? We're not saying take the numbers off your truck, but you at least need to put the trailer in rotation.
Well, you know what? I really don't know the answer, because like I said, I've been home that long. I haven't gotten a call. I'm sure if it got to the point in orientation where, you know, you got new drivers that's coming out, obviously you got to get them trailers, and you notice that there's a BCO that's been sitting close to orientation site. He's been sitting 2-3 months. I mean, I'm sure they probably would call just to kind of entertain, like, hey, do you mind if we get that trailer? Blah, blah, blah. But like I said, I haven't gotten one call. I don't know what's the deadline before they might call you. But I mean, you know, I don't know, man. I haven't gotten one. So
okay. So like I said, if you're in the chat and you have any questions, ask some questions. Otherwise, I'm going to ask about Tim West. Tim West is a great guy, man. He says he can't wait to check out your channel. You have an interesting story.
Oh yeah,
and Tim West, I'm sure he's got a much more interesting story than we can tackle in this hour. So, you know, RN wants to know if I can steal your trailer when I'm out of orientation. Yeah, right. I already asked Johnson's Logic if he'd give me his trailer. He said no. So I want to ask some questions about being a fleet owner. Somebody go in Discord here. I'll go in Discord and tell him somebody's in our Discord group asking if we're live. We live right now, dog. You missing out, bro. I want to ask some questions about being a fleet owner, because I'll be honest with you, it's been on my mind. It's an idea. I am a people person, really. You know what I'm saying? I like people. I supervised people in the job that I had prior to, you know, trucking. Right. So the idea of having multiple trucks and that being a way that I get off the road is definitely kind of entered my mind. So the first question I have is, are you dealing with the kind of turnover that these large companies say that they're dealing with? If not, how do you avoid that?
I'm not. By the way, I just want to throw, I am in the process of getting my next driver to drive my truck currently. So I just wanted to throw that out there. Maybe we'll get into that whenever you want
to. What you gonna do, man?
Play the game, man. Hey, be honest. Like I said, I'm a family man. It's Christmas time, but my goal in 2017 was to always have a fleet. Yeah. So it wasn't something that just popped out at me randomly. Like this was planned, right? Like in a sense, like I'm a Christian, man. So no offense to anyone who isn't, but I believe in speaking things into existence.
Yeah.
I believe in that. So, I spoke this with my wife in 2017 that eventually at one point we will have a fleet, but that's neither here nor there. We'll get into that. But no, I don't have a big turnover, man. And how I avoid it is I'm a driver. So if there's anyone who knows what the drivers want, right, it would be myself. So if you're a driver and a fleet owner, you have an advantage of a carrier, right? Because let's be honest, a lot of these people who are in the offices never touch the CDL, never touch the steering wheel of a truck, right? So the fact that we're out here day in and day out, we're in the traffic, we're having to turn down tight roads and deal with these crazy four-wheelers and deal with the day-to-day things of a truck driver, right? Being at a shipper for 5-6 hours. And, I get it. So I treat my drivers like friends. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know what it's like. I know what you're doing when you're out there. If you tell me your ETA is 12 and it's 3 o'clock and you're telling me you just arrived, I'm not going to question you because I know so many things could have happened in that 3 hours. I'm a driver, so I know that. But at the same time, you have to keep that owner to driver relationship, but you don't want to treat them as such like they're below you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If that makes sense to anybody.
Absolutely.
So like I'll talk to them on a regular basis like you and I talk, but at the same time, I keep that level of, hey, I am the owner. You know what I'm saying? But there's a fine line between it. But I treat them right, man. I pay them right, I believe. I run them in the places that they want to go and don't want to go. I even sometimes offer them to start booking their own loads. So cool. If they take that option, that's great. If not, they want me to continue to dispatch, then I have no problem doing it. But I think the biggest reason is just treating them, like a driver, treating them like a human being, and just knowing that, what goes on day to day out there on the road, man, because it can get dangerous. Yeah.
I really appreciate the fact that you almost give them the opportunity to grow under you as well.
Oh, yeah.
Giving them that option to dispatch their own truck.
Yeah. Because I don't. My goal is to not have to hire a driver forever. Like, I don't want to hire you and retire you. Yeah. I want to hire you to mold you. Wow. Now you go do your own thing. I'll get the next driver and do the same. I don't want you to drive under me for 5-10 years, man. Like, I want you to see this side of the game, right? Like, I want you to get your own trucks. I want you to get that confidence. And if you're driving under someone like myself who's made the mistakes, right? Yeah. I'm honest about my mistakes and letting you know, like, this is what you need to be looking for, right? Everything is very strategic when it comes to being a fleet owner. It really is. And if you don't have everything written in black and white, and if you don't have a game plan, I'm not going to say you will fail, but it's a really good chance you can, because if you don't know what you're doing, how do you expect them to know what they're doing, right? It's like you're the mentor and you're the owner at the same time. You see what I'm saying? So,
bro, that's tight, man.
Yeah.
So real quick, I'm gonna check these comments out, but if you are in the chat room and you saw No Hippie Trucking and Transportation's recent video about it's titled Money, 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 and how, he's getting a truck for other people. He's adding a truck to his, creating a fleet for other people. That's what you reminded me of when you said, you don't want them to stay forever. You're trying to help them grow. Give them some wings. Yeah. It's a wing factory. You're giving people wings around here. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's tight. No, my boy Matt, No Luck Trucking, he said he wants to know what got you into trucking originally.
I'm originally from New Orleans, Louisiana. Anybody knows Mardi Gras? So since I've been a kid, the big trucks that are pulling those floats, I've always been fascinated with those trucks. They're honking their horns as they're coming down the street. So as a kid, I've always loved to say, I've always told myself I'm going to be in one of those trucks one day. It just as a little 5-6-year-old, not knowing it was actually going to be a love of mine. You know what I mean? And as I grew, man, I tried different things, but I always came back to a CDL. And people call it a trade, I guess. The CDL is a trade, but it's top 10 highest paid jobs in the United States. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? If you think about all the jobs that are in the world, trucking, you can go to school for 3 weeks and get a license and become part of that top 10 in the United States of being paid if you do it right.
That's right.
And, you know, along with the doctors and the lawyers and the architects, trucking is in that category. That says a lot. That says a lot.
Yeah, you're right about that for sure. You're right about that. Okay, so I have another question, man.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about, because you know, if you're, especially, like, be honest with you, I'm the one asking the question, so you're talking to me or anybody else who may be watching and thinking about growing a fleet, thinking about adding their first other truck that, you know, that they're not driving, their
Yeah.
second truck, making a fleet. Tell us a little bit about the task of, I'm running a truck, but I'm also dispatching another truck.
It's very time consuming, man. Like I would say, like, you know, 60, 70, 80% of my day is somewhat trucking, even when I'm home. Again, it's all about the understanding that you have with your drivers. Like all my drivers know that I'm a driver too. So they know sometimes they call me at 3 a.m. Obviously, as the owner, I'm obligated to answer. I have to answer the phone. My phone is never on silent.
Yeah.
I'm never, you know, I have to be. Like, even when I'm off, I'm not off, right? Like, when I'm home, I'm not off. So that part can get kind of, I'm not going to use the word frustrating, but it can get kind of, you know, you will never have privacy. Like, you will never have alone time, because when you're running a business, what business owner does, right? Jeff Bezos can't just go to sleep, right? Like, something happens with Amazon, hey, he has to know. So, you know, I love driving my truck, man. It's therapeutic to me. Like, that's why, you know, I love being out there in the open road, just driving on the interstate, nobody behind you. I can think, I talk to myself, man. That's how I get in my good space, you know, truck driving. So I do it for that reason. But I also love giving opportunity to other people, man. Like, I believe in showing people how you got there. Don't just get to the mountain. Show the other guy how you got there, right? Like,
That's
don't take those routes, because there might be wolves down that lane, right? But take that route. You know, you might be able to jump those hurdles a lot easier. And yeah, man, that's why I love driving, but then I love giving opportunities. So I'm driving and giving opportunities. So that's how I like to do it.
Yeah, that's tight, man. I'm not sure if you're familiar. What are the things that you don't like? Oh, that's a good one. We'll get to that one in a second. I'm not sure if you're familiar with Blue Ribbon Logistics, but they have a very similar type of model where they exist not just to haul freight, but to help people grow, man.
Right.
And I absolutely love that, because it's bigger than transportation. It's bigger than freight. You know what I mean?
Right.
When I was training at Prime, for me, training was bigger than just the freight. It was bigger than just that. You know what I'm saying? If you want to open a door, hey, we can walk through that door. I'm not trying to force you down no door.
Right.
But for me, it's bigger than that. Like, you know, just one quick example. One thing me and my last trainee Taylor would discuss are things like just attitude. You know what I'm saying? Having a certain attitude and not letting anybody enter that mental space. That's bigger than just trucking. It's transcendent. So I love that, man. Who asked this? Trucker Man wants to know, what are the things that you don't like about Landstar?
Oh, man, I hate this question, because I still bug myself with this question, because I would say, if I had to say one negative thing about Landstar, it would just be the trailer weight out of orientation.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like, from orientation, you have to get on the list or whatever. But I have videos about how do you bypass that list. Travis, I'm sure you've seen it. So if y'all go to the channel, check it out. But man, there's nothing bad. I don't know, man. There's nothing bad. I can't. And it bugs me that I can't answer that question, Trucker Man. Like, you got me. Like, that. Normally, I'm good with answering questions, but that's a question that I can't answer, because that's the only thing I don't like, man. I mean, you go where you want, you go when you want, you come home when you want. I mean, the trailers are just like our trucks. So anyone who's at Landstar knows every 120 days you have to get an inspection on your truck.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same thing with the trailers. So when you pick up a trailer, you know it's been inspected within the last 4 months. That's a good thing, because you know they're keeping their equipment regularly inspected and up to date, and everything's good. So when you get pulled in that scale, you don't have to worry about getting a level 1, right? Because hey, you want to walk around, DOT officer, you can look anywhere you want to look. You're confident when you're going past the scale. A lot of companies you can't say that with. Like, a lot of companies have trailers or equipment where they purposely just run bad equipment just because, right? So as far as that goes, man, the load board is good. I mean, I can look on the load board right now, and I'll show y'all literally how many loads there are available at the very moment.
Yeah,
at this moment.
Let's see that.
I'll look at it right now, and I'll show y'all. And it's 6:30 at night. Remember that, or
Yeah,
Central. So I don't know if y'all can see this on my phone. Oh, let me go that way. 62,000 loads.
Yeah, man. Wow.
Right now, at this very moment, and shippers and receivers are closed right now. Right? There's still 62,000 loads you can book. Imagine at 8, 9 a.m. when everything's opening up and people are posting. I've seen 100,000 loads on this board. So we're not competing because there's so many out here. There's so much money and so many lanes and so many. If you want to run power only, you can do that. If you want to run dedicated freight, you can do that. If you just want to book off the load board every day, you can do that. You know, we're not competing with company drivers, right? And I'm sure you know, Travis, at Prime, right? There's company driver side, and then there's the lease side. So at Schneider, it's the same thing. So I'm not. These companies play politics sometimes. You know what I mean? Like sometimes you'll do a load 5 days a week, and then that next week it's nowhere to be found. It's just like it doesn't just disappear that way. You see what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
So here at Landstar, we don't deal with that. Every driver you see with a Landstar logo on their truck is an owner operator. We help each other out, man. Like I'll run into a Landstar guy and we'll bounce ideas off each other. I don't even know the guy, but he's telling me, hey, yeah, if you go up here, you know, these loads are always coming out every Tuesday, Friday. I didn't know that. Thank you for that. You know what I mean? Like we look out for each other over here at Landstar, man.
That's
it's
tight.
Not, you know, when we walk by each other, you know, we take care of each other, man. So I can't really say anything bad about Landstar, man. I can't answer that question. Only, like I said, the only thing is the trailer. That's it.
Yeah. You know, and I think in part, yeah, good question, RN. Because yeah, I actually wanted to ask that in a minute, RN. I think in part, you know, for a company where you're kind of separated, where there's you know so much I don't want to say a gap, but there's not so much connection, constant talking, constant this, you know, policies that press on you and guide you. When you can just do your own thing, I mean, how many bad things can you really say? You know what I mean?
Right.
Let's see. We're gonna do RNs first, and then I'm gonna scroll back up. He wants to know what freight lanes do you run, and the reason, you know, what I was connecting. I wanted to ask that question earlier, and the way I wanted to connect that to, because you were saying that you like to be home. You know, I know there was a time where you were running in a certain way where it would get you home, you know, at a certain frequency. So that's why I forgot that question though.
Yeah. The lanes that I run, I'm not gonna go too in detail because they're my lanes. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep them, but I run like, let's say, okay, I live in Texas, right? North Texas.
Yeah.
I'll take a load from Texas to Louisiana, Baton Rouge area. That load will take me up to St. Louis area, Illinois. From there, I'll get a load coming right back down to Texas. It's like it's a triangle. So I run the Midwest back down south. Midwest back down south. I don't go northeast. I don't go southeast. I don't go west. I stay up and down from Texas straight on up. Anything that you can go, Oklahoma, Kansas, Missouri, Illinois, back down. I don't go in the Eastern time zone. Put it that way. I stay in Central.
Yeah, and that's a nice little corridor right there too, man. That's a nice little corridor. Yeah. When's the last time you've been in the Northeast? I mean, surely maybe you got to take a load every now and then.
Man, hey, when's the last time I've been in the Northeast?
Oh, it's been a minute.
It hadn't been here at Landstar. Yeah, I haven't been here. I haven't been in the Northeast since I've been here. So I mean, It's been probably 2 companies ago, man. Like
really?
Because I'm showing y'all, like there's 100,000 loads on the board, right?
Yeah.
Now the Northeast obviously is paying great, but I believe in not putting that much stress on my truck.
Yeah.
And the Northeast seems to be where you can get the most stress on your truck, right? The mountains, the hills, the tolls, the weather, like all that comes into factor when it comes to, you know, your truck's health. So, man, it's been 2 companies ago. It had to be like maybe 4 years ago since I've been in the Northeast.
That's wild, man.
Yeah, I mean, I've been maybe to the Southeast, maybe the Carolinas.
Yeah.
No, but not with Landstar. But last time, it had to be like a year ago or so, man. Like I run up and down the Midwest, man.
That is really good control over where you're moving your truck, man.
Oh yeah. Now my other 2 drivers, right? Like So they like to run anywhere and everywhere. So not because I want them to, they don't mind doing it. So I'm like, hey, are you sure you don't mind doing it? They don't mind, but it's still the stress of my truck going out there.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if they don't mind doing it, I mind doing it. I don't want to go out there. I don't deal with the tolls, and this is too much, man. I'd rather stay on flat land. But every now and then I'll take a load over to North Carolina, or the furthest northeast I might go is PA, and I don't go anything higher. Jersey and all that up there, I stay away from. PA, I might go. And that's about it, man. We come right back to the Midwest.
You coming right back out, though. Yeah.
Coming right back down, man.
Yeah. That's what's up. We got one from the Cheetah. Is flatbed profitable at Landstar out of Texas?
It's flatbed. Oh yeah. I mean, well, if you look at the flatbed reefer drive-in, a flatbed, is averaging more on, the national average. But here at Landstar, definitely, man, flatbed, step deck, heavy haul, all that. Oh yeah, man, they make a killing. I mean, they make a killing, man.
Yeah. That's what's up, man.
Definitely flatbed, yeah.
RN wants to know, do you pay your drivers a percentage or a cent per mile?
I do percentage, man. I pay my drivers 50%. So we split whatever the truck makes, we split it in half. And the reason why, you might ask why, is because my extra trucks are extra money. I look at it that way, right? It's not my main source. It's not the truck that pays my bills. My truck pays my bills. So any income I get with my other two trucks is extra. I invest into my business. I buy another truck with. So I'm not looking to break the bank on my other trucks, man. I'm not gonna mess over another driver just because I want, more money. Like if my truck can net 5,000, his check is 25.
That's what's
mine
up,
is 25.
That is so fair, bro. I'm pretty sure chat gonna love that.
Hey,
they gonna love that.
I'm just saying.
Got at least 5 applicants right now.
Yeah.
So what are you gonna do with the driver for your truck, though?
Pretty much the same thing, man. Like at that point, because I've gotten to a point with the business is to where I can afford to kind of mold it the way I want to mold it, if that makes sense. And like I said, I'm not done buying trucks, man. So y'all gonna see that later on, but I'm not gonna speak too much on it. But just keep it open. I'm not done buying trucks, man. We got a lot of plans in the very near future. So I might be getting myself another one and just pulling that one out to the side, or I got some things I want to do. But I'm not gonna speak on it too much until it happens. You know how it is. I
know how it is, bro.
But yeah, man, my truck, whenever he gets in it, I'm just gonna kind of run him how my other guys are. Midwest, back down. Midwest. He lives in Indiana, so that's perfect. That's right there, man. Indiana, man, right, Illinois, there. Dude. I mean, you put it this way: you have to try to fail over here. Like you would have to literally put an effort into not succeeding when you come over here. It's that. I'm not gonna use the word easy, but it's that available. Like when you get on the board, I just showed you there's 60,000 loads. There's 13,000 Landstar drivers. Keep that in mind. So there's 4 times more loads than there are drivers, right? So when you book a load, the chances of someone competing with you for that load are very slim.
That's right.
Very slim. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, that's nice, man. That's very nice. That's very nice. Hey, tell me this. We got 301 Marky Mark says, yo, I'm going to Landstar on Monday in PA.
Oh, congratulations.
Out to 301 Marky Mark. Yeah. Shout out to 301 Marky Mark. That's great,
man.
That is great. Yeah, so tell me this. Hold on. I done blanked out. Oh, yeah. I wanted to know what kind of trucks you have.
My truck is a 2019 Cascadia. My other two are 2016 Cascadias.
2016s. Okay.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Both of those will be paid off next year sometime. So that's when the real money starts rolling in. For my people, for my mathematical people, y'all know. If you know, you know. You know what I mean? If you know.
Yeah. How old are you, man?
Too much because man, I'll tell you, like it's taxes and you got to watch what you say on the internet, man. Travis. So if you know what I mean by when those trucks are paid off, it really starts, then you know what I mean.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. How old are you, bro?
I'm 31. Oh, I'm 30.
31.
I'm 30.
30.
I'm pushing it, man. I'm pushing. I'm 30.
30 years old, man. You're a fleet owner. You're looking forward, looking to the future of still expanding business. But what does the finish line look like for you? Like when you say, okay, I'm about to just chill and ride this downhill now.
Yeah. Well, my goal was to have a business that can generate $1 million a year.
Yeah.
Each truck can generate 200,000. 5 trucks, I'll be content. 5 trucks, that'll be $1 million gross, obviously, a year, and then your tax bracket changes at that point, right?
Yeah.
When you hit the 7 figures, the IRS looks at you different. You see what I'm saying? I can't really speak too much on it, but when your tax bracket increases, there's a lot more benefits that go on. And plus, I'm in the real estate, man. I have mobile homes too, so
That's right.
I
forgot
this is
you
not
told me
my
about
only
that.
My source of income.
That's great, man.
Yeah.
That's great. And how long have you been doing real estate?
I've been doing it as long as I've had my LLC. So since 2017, man. 4
That's
years
crazy,
now
man.
I've been investing. I got 4 mobile homes right now. And yeah, man, it's just an extra source of income. And I use that money to kind of invest into my trucking. So hey, I'm trying to get it all, man.
You look like you
I'm not slowing
grinding,
down.
man.
I'm not slowing down, man. I got a newborn. I'm trying to set him up for success. I got my 2 oldest ones that are 10. I'm trying to set them up for success. And I'm trying to teach them along the way. So when I go, driving to the bank every now and then, I'll take them with me, show them what I'm doing, let them see certain transactions that I make, and let them know why I'm doing what I'm doing. And yeah, I already have like my 2 mobile homes I have 4. So 2 of them are already in my daughter's name. The other 2 are in my son's name. So they're in there. So that money's going to their account, right?
Yeah.
Like that, I'm not even seeing that money. And I just focus on my trucking money. So I'm just trying to set them up, man. That's all. Growing up as African American, we already have the 8 ball, born. We're already magnified. So I'm just trying to make sure that they understand that you don't ever have to have a boss in life, ever, if you don't want.
Yeah, man.
And
So I know this is a trucking live. We got truckers all in the chat room. However, a very popular topic is passive income, right?
Right.
Secondary income, some other type of, even if it's not passive, even if it's something you actively do.
Right.
So tell us a little bit of how you got into real estate. How did you, where are the mobile homes? Is it on your property? How do you do that?
Well, no, the mobile homes are actually someone owner's park. Someone has a park already, and I just kind of bought the mobile homes. I go on Craigslist, man. I'll go on Facebook Marketplace. But what really got me into it is I don't know if anyone knows the entrepreneur Robert Kiyosaki. He Rich Dad, Poor Dad. That might ring a bell. Yeah. So he really got me into real estate. Reading his book, and I just kind of thought like, hey, if I can invest something so little and it make a great return long term. I'm all about long term wealth, not just about the short term. So you can easily make a quick buck doing a fix and flip, but I want something that's going to pay me over time forever. And yeah, man, those mobile homes, I bought all of them for like $5,000 each, right? They were beat up, but I had to rehab about I say 8,500 on each of them, fixing up the paint, flooring, all that good stuff. But I'm renting them out right now. So those rents are going for like $650 a month, each of them.
Yeah, man.
So you're looking about that's 2,400 or something, 2,500 a month, something like that. So that 2,500 a month is pretty much paying my 3 truck notes. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because my truck notes are $800.
Yeah.
So that 2,400 a month is paying for my truck notes.
Yeah.
So it pays for that, and that pays for that, and it's a
Man, that's amazing, man.
Yeah, dude.
That's amazing. And sometimes this drives me crazy, but then other times it's just like it blows my mind. Like, this is amazing. Just the opportunities that you have in this industry.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
With no college degree, like the most of an investment. I was talking to a young guy on Facebook earlier that the most of an investment you really need to put in is your $150 for your DOT physical. After that initial investment, everything else starts coming back to you already.
Right. Pays for itself.
It pays for itself. And I say that frustrates me sometimes because I just don't understand why so many people you know, when I hear people, oh, I can't find work, I can't do this, you know, I'm just like, bro, what are you doing, man?
Right,
You
right.
sleeping on the game.
Yeah, man. Seriously. I mean, it's like I said, it's a top 10, you know, in the United States as far as highest paying jobs. And I mean, if you do it right, man, I mean, you got to think of it, right? JB Hunt. I don't know if any of you've read JB Hunt's story, but he started off with one truck. All these carriers had to start off with one truck.
That's right.
Just like us, right? Like, why can't we be them? Why can't we be better than Landstar? They started off with one truck years ago, and Landstar has 13,000 drivers. Imagine the revenue Landstar makes, right? Like,
Yeah.
just imagine. And so when you're starting off with one truck, I know it's going to be a good little while before you can get to a Landstar, but you got to remember, everyone started off at the same level. Like, no one, I don't care if you were born into money, you still had to start off with one truck. You had to.
That's right,
So,
man.
and it's just about making the right decisions, knowing the right people, and sticking to your plan, man. That's really what it's about. You know what I'm saying? It's just stick to your plan, do things the right way, treat people the right way, and you can't lose.
That's right.
You can't lose.
Yeah, man, that's right. I tell people pretty often, man, if you just come in this industry and you take care of your license like it's an infant, right? And I know that rings loud with you because you got a newborn in the house now. You got to take care of your license like it's an infant. Like, I remember when my first girl was born, and all the fanfare is done, and now they walking us out to the car, and we put everything in the car, and then the nurses just walk off, and I was like, hold on, y'all just gonna let us leave like this? Like,
right.
You know what I mean? And you driving, and you like, bro, you gotta look everywhere. Like, let me look left one more time, make sure nobody coming. You know what I'm saying? You got to take care of your license like that. You can't be risking stuff. And man, I had a guy one time call me and like, yo, do you know how often they drug test? I'm like, bro, if you don't stop talking like that, dog, like,
but that's a good point. You know, a lot of people are doing things right now that I'm not gonna sit there and say it's easy to stop, right? Like, I mean, if you're addicted, you're addicted. If you do it, you do. But there's a time in your life where there's a fork in the road.
Yeah,
you've got to choose. Everyone's going to hit that point, whether it's at 18 or at 58. You're going to hit that fork. You've got to choose a road. And what's more important, right? The high of that drug or your long-term wealth, and your well-being of you and your family, if you have a family or your loved ones, or even just for yourself, man. Like, legal money is a lot better, right? Like, when you get it the right way, you feel some type of way when you walk in the bank. You feel some type of way when you walk outside. I bought this, right? Like, this is mine. Like, not illegally. I grinded for this.
That's right.
That's mine. Like, nobody can come knock on my door and take nothing because this is all mine.
Yeah, can't nobody come put an eviction notice, no. Yeah, man, I feel you. So I tell people, the first thing you got to do is just take care of your license, man. Take care of your license like it's an infant. And then, just like you said, I tell people, plan the work and then work the plan.
Definitely.
Plan the work the plan.
Definitely.
You know what I mean?
Definitely.
I love what you said earlier about you have to like write down exactly your expectations going into this business, how you see it coming out. Otherwise, because if you don't know, don't nobody know. Who
literally,
know if you don't know?
Literally, like, write it down. Like, don't just say, like, go step by step, man. I'm gonna get this truck, and then, man, we talking about this. I can go on and on, but your cost per mile, right? Like, you need to know what you're out here for. Like, if you don't know, if you can't just be holding the steering wheel, right? Like, you're not a truck driver. You're a business owner who drives a truck. You got to look at it that way. Like, you are a business owner first. You just happen to drive a truck. Treat your truck like a business. That's your office, right? That's your property. Like, you want people driving by your property. You want it looking all nice. You want it. So when people drive by your truck, man, drive professionally. Treat them right. Like, know what you're out here for, because if you don't, man, you're going to look up every week. You're going to be getting good checks, but you don't know how to use it.
That's right. You don't know where it is, where it went.
Man.
Yeah. And you gotta take care of the bag, man. All right, so we got 12 minutes, man. Let's hear a little bit of personal stuff. Like, you said you were born in Louisiana, right? Okay. And after high school, what'd you do after high school? Did you go to college at all?
Well, right before high school, Hurricane Katrina hit. I don't know if anyone remembers Hurricane Katrina back in 2005.
Yeah.
So when I started high school, I went to high school down there for like a week, and then the hurricane hit. So my house got literally water over the roof. So, but I wasn't there when that happened. We had evacuated, thankfully, but my house was gone. So my parents had to make a decision. Education was a big thing for them, so they decided to keep me in Texas because the educational system was a lot better. So they, the original plan was just to keep me in Texas through high school and then move back down. But one thing led to another. I had my daughter, so obviously there was no leaving at that point. And then no, I went to college on a basketball scholarship. I went to a college in Arlington, Texas, Arlington Baptist University. I played like 2 years there. That's the only reason why I actually wanted to go to college at the time, because basketball took me there. So I went just because of that. But after those 2 years, again, I just didn't know what I wanted to do. I didn't know. I mean, I knew I loved trucks, but I didn't know how hard it was, how easy it was, how to even get started. Like, how do I contact a trucking school? How do I even do it? But again, like, it's all about making the mistakes on your own. And I just called. And, one thing led to another, man. I went to school out here in Fort Worth, Texas, right where the orientation center is for Landstar, and went to a 3-week school. From there, I graduated, went to Swift, and did a year at Swift. And then that's when I transferred to Snyder, man. And then that's when I started my business, and we did it that way.
Okay, so this is still a personal question, but it actually lines up. Hey, Matt, appreciate your $1.99 favorite ice cream flavor and toppings, both of you. So we got to do this. Favorite ice cream flavor and toppings, both of you. I just do like vanilla. You can throw some actually gummy bears, dog. Vanilla with gummy bears, and I'm good. I'll sit down.
I never had that, man. I'm cookies and cream. I mean, that's what it is. I never had vanilla and gummy bears.
I'll take vanillas with some gummy bears on top, and I'll sit down, bro. I don't need nothing else. I'm good.
I gotta try that, man.
I'm good after that. Listen, man, this question is a personal question, but it ties into a video that I recently made. Right? No luck. You already know what I'm talking about. Liz, if you're watching, you know what I'm talking about. Madman, I hope you're watching or I hope you're on the replay gang, because I don't know. I'm just showing my point here, right?
Yeah.
Essentially, this video said that it was my opinion that spending more than 3 months as a company driver when you first begin trucking is not really going to have much of an influence on your success as a business owner. It was my opinion that when you're a company driver, you're really not going to learn that much about freight lanes. You're not going to learn that much about balancing money. You're not going to learn that much about leasing or being an owner op, that you just have to do it. Or I said, what really has the biggest influence is character. And Matt, Liz, anybody else who's watching, this is exactly what I'm talking about, right? This guy clearly has character. So my question is this, and I believe you'll answer honestly, because I don't really believe you care whether you're going to prove my point or not. One piece of character that your story clearly screams is I'm resilient. When I'm knocked down, I'm not done. Right. So like if we fighting and I fall, don't turn your back. You can still be in danger. Right. Like it's not over. I just slipped. Right. Was that resilience present before you came trucking?
Oh man, that's tough. I would say I didn't know what I possessed at that time, because you really don't. When I got the first time it didn't work out is when I really found out a lot about myself. Like, am I going to get back up? So before trucking, I had never faced adversity. I never ran into a brick wall. I was under my parents' roof, right? So it was different. But before trucking, I would answer that question no. But since trucking, oh yeah, it's definitely
you found
the first
though.
time I got knocked down, I didn't know if I wanted to get back up. Like, you fighting a bully and the bully hits you, like, dang it, that was a hard punch. I don't know if I want to fight back, but I did. I don't know what made me fight back. I guess I fought back. I don't know what it was, but then it didn't work again. So then when I got back up the third time, I knew, it has to be something in me that it won't let me quit. I don't know what it is. You can call it, your desire. You're hungry. Like you can't. I'm not going to starve. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you're backed into a wall, you don't know what you're capable of doing. You know what I mean?
That's right.
I found that out about myself when I was backed into that wall twice, and I got up, and then third time is a charm, man. We made it work this time, but
that's right, man.
It wasn't present before, but it's definitely been present since.
Yeah, man. So another thing that I stated, that video was born out of a conversation that myself, No Luck Trucking, Liz was there, Madman was there, Poplars was in here somewhere at least a little bit earlier. Twisted Big D, how you doing, brother? I see your comment right now. Mad Cardinal Trucking, good evening. It was born out of a conversation. We're in a Discord and we'll all jump on this voice chat. It's just a voice chat. And it was born out of that conversation, right?
Yeah.
And during that conversation, I said two things. One was an answer to Poplar's question. Do you believe that character is something you are born with or something that can be molded as you grow? My answer was I believe it was something that can be molded as you grow. Where I understand there are people on the other side of the line, you know, in philosophy's history that state, you know, character is something you're just born with. You're either born with it or you're not. And there's sheets and there's lions and nobody can turn into a lion later.
Right.
I believe that character is something that can be molded. But I also stated this, which I heard you kind of reinforce just now. I also stated that I don't believe trucking grows character. I believe trucking and many different things in life give us the opportunity to display our character.
Oh, yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
They say the same thing about things like sports, you know, football or something like that. Football's not going to grow you. It's just going to give you the opportunity to show people who you are.
Who you are, right.
Because eventually you're going to get knocked down. Eventually you're going to lose a game.
Yeah, I mean, it's all about your awareness, man. I mean, we all have it in us.
Yeah.
You know, but some people just aren't aware that they have it, you know, and it takes something to bring that out of you. And sometimes it could be, you know, it not going your way. It could be disappointment. It could be heartbreak. It could be losing somebody in a family, you know. But like I said earlier, I believe God has ways of showing you things you didn't know. And sometimes it might not happen the way you want it. But we all have it, man. I believe we're all born with that star, but some people discover it, some don't, unfortunately. And yeah, man, I'm thankful that happened to me. So I know what I'm about now. I know what I can and I can't, you know, go up against. And but I believe we all have it, man. It's just a matter of time before either you discover it or definitely God's going to make you discover it one way.
That's right, man.
So
I agree with you wholeheartedly. All right, look, we got about 4 minutes. Let me see what we got. We got RN. I appreciate the $2 super chat here. He wants to know which one you got, Whataburger or In-N-Out. I hate to go first and answer with I've never been to either one. Just gonna go ahead.
Man.
I know, man. It's the truth, though. It's the truth.
It's definitely for me. I mean, In-N-Out, I believe is originally out of Cali, so I don't think I've been to that one in Cali. I don't think I've ever been to Cali. Well, no, I've been there a couple of times, yeah. But I would have to say Whataburger by default because I really haven't tasted the authentic In-N-Out that's originally in California. So yeah.
I just haven't. I don't know. When you're in Cali, you're not parking there. It ain't like, you know, you can't just pull over, nothing like that. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's been that. Look, the cheetah. So the cheetah, he's not from Prime, but you can put that into your context. Do you miss Schneider or Swift? You said you wanted Swift first, right?
Yeah. I mean, do I miss him? I wouldn't use the word miss him, but I'm thankful for him. Yeah. I'm thankful for what they were able to show me, what not to do and how not to run certain things and what to do. You know what I mean? So they're all successful in their own way. You know, Schneider, Swift, Prime. I mean, they're doing something right? I mean, so I don't miss them, but I'm thankful for them. Yeah.
Yeah, man. You know, I'm not trying to just be a copycat, but I agree. I don't miss Prime, and I'm only a couple weeks removed. You know, I don't miss Prime at all. A lot of the friends that I made at Prime, you know, we in the live, we talk on the phone, we text, we FaceTime. So it's really about the people. The buildings don't impress me. There's a lot nicer buildings than the ones at the Prime terminal. And my cards still work anyway. Y'all can let me in the door. So what's up? I mean, no, I don't miss Prime. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No Luck said we miss Prime like when you miss your parents while you head to college. They built you up and it's time to step to the next step. Exactly. But you're not ready to like quit college and actually just go to get back to your parents' house. At least most people are not ready to do that.
Yeah.
Okay, so check it out. I just want to throw this banner up one more time. Check out the Faithful Trucker. This is his YouTube channel. Or you can just type in, of course, you can just YouTube search the Faithful Trucker. Yeah. Man, I greatly appreciate you coming on this live, bro. I hope we can do more in the future. You know, I gotta go through orientation, then I gotta get my sea legs right, get my little.
I'm gonna be right. I'm gonna be right there with you, man. I can't wait.
Yeah, man. I really appreciate it. Thank you,
Always,
everybody
man.
who showed up to the live. Listen, y'all already know what the motto is. Work hard, play hard, sleep hard. Find you somebody to love. I love y'all. Don't forget, it's not about what you believe. It's all about why you believe it, and live free.